Hello there, and welcome back to the Zero Credentials F1 podcast. And we're here to review a very thrilling Emilia Romagna F1 race today. I've got Nelly here with me. Did you enjoy the race, mate?
I was fearful that we would be talking about a rather dull race. That it was a race of two halves for me. The first half was characterised by some fairly poor tyre offsets. Massive tyre degradation, and then DRS trains and just Max running off into the distance, which rather unsettled me for the first half, but that all changed.
Yeah, I've made some notes. There's lots to talk about, I think, so let's roll the intro and then we'll crack on with it. So here we are again. I've lost count of the number of shows we've done already, but it's been good so far.
Some shows.
And today, I've got to say, there was some magical predictions. And I've just put you full screen there, mate, so we can all see.
And some not so magical predictions as well. Nelly shot the bed. Thanks very much.
I'm gonna take a drink of beer.
Yeah,
a drink of beer.
You deserve it.
Cheers to the working man.
No, I can't knock you. They were some bold predictions, and my word, I did not see them coming at the start of the race. So Albon was hanging out nice and long, but yeah,
we'll get into that, but Did you make any notes, or what were the highlights for you today? The race has only finished about 10-15 minutes ago, so we're
yeah. I was about to lament the distortive effects of a virtual safety car destroying a lot of people's races, and it feels slightly unfair. But then a real safety car came down a little bit later and actually rejiggled everything back to the pack. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I enjoyed that.
What I couldn't quite understand was that the cars that caused the safety car and the virtual safety car earlier seemed to break down at the exact same point.
Yeah.
So they did a virtual safety car the first time and a full safety car the second time. So I think maybe they were unhappy with their decision the first time round and corrected it.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that, because it took longer than some fucking red flags that we've had recently to get the race going. Yeah, it took a good old while. They ate some laps up. But,
to recap, then I'll give you the top sort of 6 or 7 places. So we've got Verstappen obviously won the race after what I can only describe as a Verstappen masterclass. Norris in second, Piastri in third, Hamilton fourth, Albon fifth, Leclerc 6th, Russell 7th, Sainz in 8th, Hadjar, and then Tsunoda. That's the set of points delivered. I mean, they're not obviously the official results because we're so close to the end of the race, but it didn't seem like there was anything under investigation. I don't know if you noticed anything.
No, there didn't seem anything outstanding by the end of the race. And actually, if you look within that, I mean, Tsunoda, respect for getting from pit lane start to 10th. They normally fall backwards the second Red Bull car, so that's a pretty good one.
I mean, there was one bit where Tsunoda was he was asked, wasn't he, to defend against, I think, Norris or one of the McLarens. I can't remember which one. And it
Piastri
looked
coming through.
Yeah, that's right. And he looked like someone who flipped his car the day before.
He got nervous.
He did look a little bit
nervous.
He looked a little bit nervous.
Yeah, he wasn't full of confidence.
Fair play to the lad. I thought he did pretty well in the end. It's a good recovery.
I'd like to have seen Carlos do a bit better, considering he clearly had the car under him, but I think he had a bit of bad luck as well with the VSC, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah. He seemed to, because he was right up there, wasn't he, to start with, and then he seemed to sort of suffer from the safety car. So I made some notes about who seemed to benefit from the safety car.
Yeah.
The second safety car particularly.
Well, we've got some
The-
really questionable strategy decisions from teams who, as far as
Sorry.
I could see.
Yeah, sorry, I made notes on both. So the virtual safety car, I've got of people that benefited. I've got Max, Lewis, Kimi Antonelli, and Alex Albon. So I think it was at that point that the Williams swapped, wasn't it? It was the VSC where they swapped. And then the second safety car, I had the big winners as Norris, Hamilton, and Albon. Obviously, Verstappen got a new set of boots for the.
Yeah, it was just a free change for him, and he had to take that
big time.
But what on earth were McLaren doing? As far as I could see, they could have easily double stacked. There was enough of a gap between them, and they hung Piastri out to dry today. He had literally no chance, and then they had the cowardice, the absolute lack of plums, to insist that Lando was let by immediately on the full safety car restart, and then give us a little bit of racing, wheel-to-wheel racing at the end. We were robbed of that today by McLaren.
I tend to agree. I think it was the first one that they'd run out of tyres to put on, and he was saying, "Well, put the softs on."
Oh no, that was Leclerc, was it?
Oh yes, you're right. No, yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused. Yes, you're right. I'm getting confused. But yeah, no, I think I totally agree with McLaren. White's on the text said that Norris would have never caught Verstappen anyway, and on commentary they were saying respect to McLaren for letting them race. No. And I'm sat there saying to Hannah, like, no, like, what are you on about? Like that they've gifted the race to Max
100%.
completely, because like it was clear with a 12 to 15 lap tyre offset that Norris was always going to get past Piastri, which he did.
Any amount of squabbling that they were going to do gave Max seconds up the road, and he finished the race 6 seconds ahead, which is pretty impressive with less than 10 laps to go. He was booting it by at least half a second, 3/4 of a second a lap, and that says everything. I just feel a little bit robbed, actually.
I do. They never gave Norris a chance. I think it was a very simple decision, and if the Italians had cleared Antonelli's car a few laps quicker, it felt like that safety car went on for way too long. Yeah. I think Lewis would have been up for a podium.
He'd have been chomping
because Piastri was that slow. His tyres looked knackered. Did you see them?
They were, like even Norris. Grim.
Norris could see. He said Norris said on the radio, like, his tyres are dead. Like,
they looked like they had all the pickup that they get at the end of the race when they're floating around. They were absolutely
like, give me a
gruesome.
chance. And even when Norris put the overtake in, fair play to Piastri, but he didn't give that place up easily, did he? He's not thinking about let's play like a team here and give Norris the chance at getting Max.
No, and that could have easily been given back again towards the end, but they just compromised themselves.
I think I like to think of Piastri as the new bad guy. He's my new pantomime baddie to replace
Smiling
Max,
assassin.
Because I'm starting to love Max a little bit just for being outrageously good.
Yeah,
I
have huge respect for him.
It's annoying.
It does annoy me.
Yeah. Shall we bring up the predictions, and then we'll go through them?
No, I think we give it a miss. It's probably not a popular feature, mate. I don't think anyone's that interested. It's the main race results that they're bothered about.
I mean, I text Nelly during that because he was saying, I really want Albon to get past Leclerc, but I don't want you to be right. And I just replied back saying, 0 credentials.
I mean, I'm not a bitter or petty man typically, but I did say that, and then the second it happened, so no, fair play to you, mate. I'm going to bring them up. I'm going to bring them up on the screen here for people to see. So we've got, you went quali. None of us did that well. No,
it's up on the screen now. So I know Nelly can't see it, but because I need to sort out some technical stuff. We're doing all this pretty much live. We may do a live stream at some point, but Nelly went for Lando Norris in qualifying. I went for George Russell. I feel like that he might have scraped in there, but he didn't. And Whites went for Kimi Antonelli. One thing I think is interesting is that the Mercedes pace in quali was there.
Yeah.
The Ferrari pace wasn't. And then they kind of switched. They swapped that in the race, didn't they?
It seems to be a common theme now that Ferrari's race pace seemed to be exceptional. I mean, it looked like Lewis and Charles were having a lot of fun with that. And fair play to Charles for maintaining a decent result, because you could have gone backwards very quickly with no tyres. I think
he wasn't a happy chappy though today, was he?
The team screwed him again, because actually 5 lap-old mediums would have probably done quite nicely. I mean, give him something. Give him something. Even if it's a psychological thing. His 5 lap-old mediums will have psychologically put him in a better position than having 17 lap-old hards that he was crying about.
Yeah, I mean, Ferrari is still struggling, aren't they, with their decision making? But anyway, let's go back to see if I can bring these predictions up again. So we'll go through yours first, and I need to get the.
Well, I need a calculator for totting up all my points.
Okay,
so just bear with me. Yeah.
So you went Lando first, and you just to remind people, you only get points for an
the exact placement.
Not the people in there. It's exact placement. So you went for Lando Norris first, and first was Verstappen. You went for Piastri second. Norris got second. You went for Charles Leclerc third. Piastri got third. Max Verstappen fourth. He got first. George Russell fifth. Albon was fifth. So you get a total of
quick maths. No. Nil point.
Nil point for you. Let's do Whites next. Kimi Antonelli went for quali. That was wrong. Lando Norris first. No. Piastri second. No. Kimi Antonelli third. Nope. Max Verstappen fourth. No, he won. Fifth, George Russell. No. And I wish you could see the actual prediction page here, because I
drew with White.
Yeah, you did. I'd probably make you read it out, but I'd
settle for a draw.
Quali was wrong. I said Lando Norris, Piastri, Max Verstappen. I just got them in the wrong order. They're pretty much all there. But then out of nowhere, I went for
with 3 laps to go.
I went for Lewis Hamilton in fourth and Alex Albon in fifth. And I'm just saying, I absolutely nailed it.
That's pretty spectacular, because they were not obvious choices, were they? They were wild cards, to say the very least.
Some of our viewers may not be aware, but I have another YouTube channel called First Man Photography, and I think part of what I'm known for on that channel is being pretty humble and being like a pretty nice guy, and that is not the guy that's on this channel. I've
spent the weekend with you, mate, and all you saw. All I saw was that humble guy. Very humble.
But let's just look at that again. Lewis Hamilton fourth and Alex Albon fifth. Who on earth would have gone for that?
No.
I
had a cheeky smirk when you put them in last time, because I thought maybe you're going easy on me, giving me some points back. But no.
Who'd like to think that was luck?
Do you know what? The Alex Albon one in particular, getting the exact placing in the top 5, it feels like it's worth more than 1 point. I'm not giving you more than 1 point, but it feels so big as to be poorly remunerated with just 1 point.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I agree, but we've got to stick to some sort.
No, the system stays. The system stays.
Yeah, I mean.
So what's the overall season scores on the doors? Bearing in mind,
I actually don't have them. Like, I'm not that organised.
Well, you were in the lead last time, so by definition, you've extended that lead this time.
Yeah. Okay. I think what I'll do is for the next prediction show, which is going to be, I guess, in the next couple of days, because we're on a triple header coming into Monaco. We'll be doing the next show pretty soon, so I will tot them up. I'll tot it up for then.
Nice.
In the World Championship of predictions. So, I mean, I personally, I've really enjoyed that race. The safety car delivered. I thought it was either going to be a really eventful race or a procession.
Oh, dull, yeah.
And
Well, the first half was dullish, but actually it really lifted in the second half, and I had some things to get excited about. So I'm not an unhappy man.
it's kind of a classic example, I think, of where you've got an old school track, which it has been called numerous times this weekend, but it is. You've got an old school track where it's difficult to overtake, but it still throws up a load of excitement and a load of wheel-to-wheel racing. Like Max's move on Oscar into the first corner
car
was just...
That was crazy.
Stunning,
it was clean
wasn't it?
as well. It was clean as well. That's what
Yeah.
surprised me about it. It was clean. It's not normally. And yeah, I mean, I don't know whether Oscar lifted too soon because George Russell said, "What's he doing?" Is almost as if he brake tested him. But and he was quite slow because Russell was sort of boxed into the left hand side.
He was defending George, wasn't he? More than Max?
He took his eye. Yeah. That's not the person to defend.
No.
Not in that circumstance.
Forget about Max Verstappen at your peril.
Yeah. Just build it around the outside, nice and clean. Got the apex of turn 2, and off you go. And that was him off into the distance for the rest of the race.
Yeah.
Until the safety cars.
I think when we were doing the predictions the other day, one of the things I was thinking, it was that if you I put Max. I put Max at third in my predictions, and I kind of knew that was a mistake because if he's kind of on the pace and he's behind the McLarens, that guy is not going to stop, is he? And
write him off at your peril. That's it, isn't it?
And he knew that he needed to get into the lead on the first lap. And in hindsight, like there was nothing else that was going to happen, was there?
But he had a garbage start, so he was literally banzaiing it with the brake.
Yeah, I know.
He relied 100% on the brakes because it was a shocker of a start for him.
I did just see in the post race interview with Piastri, he was saying like it was fair enough. He just got on the brake too early.
Yeah.
And Max was just like, and when they say they got on the brake too early, they're talking about like milliseconds, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Max just gets that right every single time. Like
it's not like your motorway. You just tickle the brake. You just feather the brake. They are stamping on this at full force, and it is a less than a blink of an eye. The difference between that and the relative speeds of somebody shooting past you. You see them on some of the more impressive overtakes.
Yeah. And I mean, even the way that he now kind of portrays himself and talks to the media and how he is on the radio, he's just turned into an absolute professional, isn't he?
He is. He's got a massive career ahead of him, and he's been rightly backed. And although it was the Sky Sports B team this weekend, which did dampen a few things. Yeah. I always loved Martin's grid walk, and as much as I love Ted, he can never replicate Martin's charisma on those things. But no, I'm leaving this weekend a very happy guy. Yeah.
Have you got any other notes? One of the things we were saying on the text earlier is I think we mentioned it on the preview show. We've literally just been away for a weekend with the boys, and one of our mates is the spitting image of Anthony Davidson. We're not massive fans of his colour commentary replacing Martin Brundle.
This is true. Yeah, it's pretty dull.
I do quite like him on the Skypad, to be fair.
His analysis is fine, but that's where he needs to. That's his lane. He needs to stay in there. But that's fine. Everyone deserves a holiday. Everyone deserves Crofty deserves a weekend off.
Yeah, he does. He does. Let me just check my notes because I'm pretty sure.
Well, while you're doing that, a bit of a shout out for Hadjar again. I thought another really solid display. He made himself a bit of bother in the 6, 7, 8 sort of thing, and he wasn't going anywhere. I mean, actually, he caused some of that DRS train with him, Hamilton, and Kimi Antonelli. So fair play to him. Right. He had 2 pretty decent motors hunting him down, and he held his own for quite a long time without DRS. So I'll be keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's he deserves his spot.
He's impressive.
I think Antonelli's impressed, I think. And
Curate's egg in parts. But in terms of general consistency, I think the Hadjar lad's done really well.
I totally agree. The other two notes I've got are, which I think one of the things we've discussed already is, the last three things I wrote were papaya rules, ? We've pretty much covered that, haven't we? Then I wrote Max.
Papaya cowardice. Papaya cowardice. That's what it is.
I wrote Max, which we've discussed, and then I wrote Lewis, because the recover. I think it's fitting. It's fitting that we finish on Ferrari today, isn't it? After the
they had a horror qualifying. I know we didn't cover qualifying. They had a horror qualifying, both out in Q2, 11th and 12th, I believe. So to actually move forward and move forward pretty well in the end, fair play to them. At least I can be patient about it as long as I'm seeing progress, and I think I'm seeing some progress.
Yeah,
so I'm always pleased for Lewis as a giddy fanboy.
Yeah, no, I thought he raced a good race today. He was patient. Obviously, I think both safety cars benefited him today.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a well-known incident where the safety car really hampered his progress. So
I'm not sure I remember. Told you it's too soon. I need it.
Yeah, it swings around about, doesn't it? So yeah, but overall, great race. I think a Max Verstappen masterclass again.
Yeah,
the season is still wide open. There's been progress from Ferrari. There's been progress from Aston Martin. There's been progress from Williams.
Lots to get excited about.
The season is spicing up, isn't it? I'm absolutely loving it.
It's getting really tasty. And things are naturally highly unpredictable, as my very, very, very poor scores clearly demonstrate.
Yeah. So I think on that note, mate, we can leave it there. And can we get excited about Monaco? We'll do
it's the Roma.
We'll do a preview show on Monaco. We are full-on F1 fans, and we're not part of the Sky F1 setup, and we're not going to sugarcoat. We're not going to sugarcoat Monaco.
If a race is shit, we'll call it shit.
Yeah, we're going to call it for what it is, just like every other fan in the whole world thinks about Monaco. So, look out for that. Probably Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever we get round to filming it. But Nelly, that's it for now. So we'll one thing. Let's just make sure everybody is subscribed. I know we've got some new viewers as well. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you on the Zero Credentials podcast again very, very soon. Cheers. Bye.
Goodbye.